When a loved one or family member's health deteriorates to the point they must move in with you, everyone's life changes. You'll find yourself in many stressful and perplexing situations. Caregiving Tips A to Z, Alzheimer's and Other Dementias by Starr Calo-oy takes the family caregiver through every hands-on procedure necessary to care for your loved one at home. Every difficult situation the family caregiver faces is addressed, and numerous ideas to solve them easily are provided. This complete caregiving manual will help you and your family effectively communicate with all medical professionals to obtain maximum results for your loved one. Caregiving Tips A to Z, Alzheimer's and Other Dementias is colorfully illustrated and has been done in large print so it's easy to read. Providing complete care for a loved one is very noble. The proper caregiving tools will make your endeavor easier. Get your copy of the book today. Caregivers A to Z, Alzheimer's and Other Dementias by Starr Calo-oy. Available at caregiversadvice.net. caregiversadvice.net. That's caregiversadvice.net.
Your loved one is miles away and you're the closest relative to care for him or her. So how do you handle long-distance care? Starr Calo-oy is here with some advice in Caregiving 101. Good morning, Starr.
Good morning.
So this is a very important topic. I already know a couple people who have had to care for a loved one and they're states away.
Yes.
Not just miles, but states away.
That's right.
How do you do this?
Well, the first thing that you might want to do is to have a meeting with your siblings, if you have any, and plan a trip. Go up there wherever your parents are and sit down, visit with them for the express purpose of making a plan, because you want to make sure that they're safe. Call the neighbors that surround your parents that have a relationship with them, as well as any friends also. If the doctor is available, invite the doctor, even the attorney if possible, so that way you can have a roundtable discussion to set up a care plan.
Now, what does this help open up?
Well, what it does is you can plan for example, if your parents do not have a DNR, a do not resuscitate order, you can get it signed right then. You can get it taken care of. You want to give a copy to the doctor, to everybody that's concerned, any of the siblings in the family, and make sure that one is posted on their wall. You can also make sure that they have living wills. Get those drawn up, because everybody needs to be taken care of the way that they would want to be taken care of. Right. So that's important. You want to know where all their insurance papers, insurance policies, bank accounts, passwords, everything, just in the event of an emergency, so that they can have their fingers on them at a moment's notice also. Right.
So you should have all of that information.
That's right.
Lots of copies too to everybody?
That's right. That's everyone that's concerned, any close relatives, any of your siblings, and also it makes it easier to where, let's say that you're here in San Antonio, one of your siblings is in Florida, you've got another one in say Amarillo or whatever. When y'all get on the phone to talk, you'll all have the same paperwork to look at, so you can further make plans. Neighbors are a real big plus. If you can just make friends with the neighbors or have your parents do that, then you will have an alternate phone number to call that's close by without having to go through the police department.
How do you handle it emotionally, though? You know.
Oh, well, as long as you stay in touch and you call them. You know, one of the things that a lot of daughters and sons enjoy doing is, Dad, I'll call you every night at 6 o'clock and we'll have our time together. Well, that alleviates a lot of guilt off your shoulder and pressure, and it makes your loved ones still feel cared about.
Should you make it a priority as far as scheduling? And be sure to be on time when you say, I'm going to call you at 6 o'clock.
Oh, sometimes they live for that call. More than anything else, their entire day, they live for that call. So please be sure and keep that appointment. My mother, before Mother passed away, every single evening at 6 o'clock, she called my grandmother. And my grandmother was so peaceful. If my mother didn't call, my grandmother got worried about her.
Right. Yeah, so they do live for that phone call.
And
what else do you have?
Social Security numbers, you need to know what that is for yourself because you're going to need that information. Right. Carry everything home with you. You want their Medicare numbers and a copy of their Medicare cards for you to have in case they lose it. Also, on the refrigerator door, you're going to want all this information, your contact information. Contact their doctor, tell their give their doctor all your contact information. The hospital of their choice, make sure that the director of nurses has that information also.
I can imagine you probably should be a little bit careful though with the personal information, Social Security number, PIN number, things like that. That should be something that you yourself as a caregiver
have, right? Exactly. Yeah. So there's a way to do it. Now, if your parent is starting to fall and they need help, that's a different case, and you're going to want to get someone through the area on aging. Also, you're going to want to do that as well. So the whole thing is make sure that you plan and that you've got all the resources possible. That local area on aging will have a senior resources directory. Every city has it. Get a copy of that. Keep that at home with you so that you can make the calls if you need to.
Okay. And as far as the type of state of mind, I guess your loved one is in, like you mentioned, if this is a loved one who just doesn't really have to be tended to 24 hours, right? Well-minded. Yeah. It's fine to have them long distance and have them at their house while they're,
it's so hard to leave. Can you imagine if someone told you, Eileen, you have to leave your home tomorrow. You only have enough for a little room.
You can't do that.
You just can't do it. It's so hard to do. It is so hard. So all that we suggest is that they make it possible for them to stay as long as possible because that's what we would want.
Yes, exactly.
But we've got all these tools in our books.
Certainly. Some great tips when it comes to caregiving. Caregiving tips really from A to Z, and so of course if you'd like to buy one of these books, you can certainly give them a call. You can also tune in to the radio show, and it's on KKYX 680 AM. It's Starr and Bob Calo-oy giving some great advice on Caregiving 101 from 9 to 10 a.m. and then at 10 in the morning, 10 to 11 a.m. giving some tips on Marriage 101. Like I said, I say this every morning, you guys are so busy. If you're not writing books, you're certainly on the radio giving some great tips to the folks at home.
We'll see you next week.
Yes, we